We want to find the coterminal angle of 788 that lies within the range 0 to 360. When we look at a number line, as we mentioned, we want our angle measures to be represented with numbers that we're comfortable with. So anywhere between 0 and 360. But 788 is far beyond that range. It's probably all the way out here. And as we can see, it is way too big. So in order to get it in a comfortable spot, since it's too big, we're going to subtract 360 however many times we need until we get a number that lies in this range. So we're going to subtract 360 degrees. This will give us 428 degrees. Okay. So that means from 788, we took off a full rotation, but we still ended up at 428 degrees, which is still too big. So what we have to do is subtract 360 degrees again, because again, the goal is to get a number that lies between 0 and 360. Every time we subtract 360, we're subtracting a full rotation. That's all we're doing. So from 428, a full rotation is going to give us 68 degrees. Okay, so 68 degrees indeed lands within our range. And that tells us we're done. So we say 788 degrees is coterminal to 68 degrees. But what does this even mean? So if we were to sketch this out, 788 degrees is going to have the same exact look as 68 degrees, which is going to be, somewhere around here. So if this angle from 0 up here is 68 degrees, then one full rotation would bring us to 428 degrees. And one more would get us to 788 degrees. So what we can say here is 788 is coterminal to 68, which is also coterminal to 428. All of these guys are coterminal precisely because they share the same terminal side. Now for number 2, we want to find the coterminal angle for negative 400. Remember, negative angles are formed by going in a clockwise direction from 0. Now our number line shows that negative 400 is below 0. It's all the way out here towards the very left of 0. Since it's on the very left of 0, we know that this value is too small. So we're trying to get back to our sweet spot, right? We have to go rightwards. And in order to do that, instead of subtracting 360, we need to add 360. We need to add those full rotations. So when you have different signs, you want to take the difference between 400 and 360. 400 minus 360, that gives us 40 degrees. Oops. And since 400, there's more negatives than there are positives. That means we're left with negative 40. Uh-oh. But negative 40 is still a bit too small. So we're going to have to add 360 again, but I think for sure we will land in our sweet spot. So when we add 360, we're definitely going to have positives since there's more positives than there are negatives. And we want to find the difference between 360 and 40, which gives us 320. 320 is definitely in the range that we're looking for. Which tells us that negative 400 is coterminal to 320 degrees. Now, when we sketch this out, 320 degrees, again, it's going to be between 270 and 360. So it's going to be right around here. If we are to go one full rotation in the negative direction, like so, remember, it's almost as if we took this 320, went backwards, 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 went back to 0, and then went in the negative direction. We end up down towards negative 40 degrees. If we take negative 40 one more rotation, shoot all the way around, then that gives us negative 400 degrees. So negative 400 is coterminal to 320 degrees because they share the same terminal side.